In the early 70s, a group of citizens in the community saw the need to preserve a natural wetland area and provide a space for the community to enjoy learning and exploring nature. Without these founders, four of which are women, we couldn't have had the wonderful place we have today. Thanks to all of our founders, but especially to the women, Mahala Harrison, Suzanne Lindsay, Alma Walker, and Mary Lamar West. They are the first women of Sandy Creek Nature Center. As we celebrate women in science, we wanted to introduce to you the women that currently work at Sandy Creek Nature Center. At the end, we'll share a few Where Are They Now photos of past women of Sandy Creek Nature Center and the awesome things they are doing.
Hi, my name is Jane McGrath and I'm the park assistant here at Sandy Creek Nature Center. I've always been interested in conservation and I've always loved being outside. So when I started thinking about what I wanted to do in high school, I wanted to work with plants in some way and with conservation and sustainability in some way. And I, in high school, worked in several different things, just trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and ended up wanting to go to college, so I'm at the University of Georgia as a horticulture major. And I worked under an herbalist, which is someone who gives herbal medicine to people in high school, and so that's something that I wanted to pursue with my career. And then I gained more experience and kind of formed what I wanted to do from there, but I think right now my career plans are more towards working for a botanical garden or an arboretum, which is a botanical garden with trees. So my work here at the Nature Center is as a park assistant, and that ties in a lot with the horticultural field. A lot of people in horticulture go into agriculture, but a lot of them also go into landscaping, so the things that I do here with herbicide or with the grounds here or with trail maintenance could easily fit into my future career.
Hi, my name is Valerie Steitmoss and I'm an intern at Sandy Creek Nature Center. The kinds of stuff I do here are help teach classes with the naturalists and take care of the wildlife here in our exhibit hall, clean and stuff like that, take care of trails, stay outside a lot. I got here through going to elementary school, through high school, and then I went to college at Beloit, which is just a small college, and I graduated with an environmental studies in art degree. So I do a lot of art and stuff like that outside of my nature and my naturalist interest. I got into naturalist things just because I always loved playing outside as a kid, and I went to Sandy Creek Nature Center and Bear Hollow, and the outside has just been really important to me. I like to focus on wildlife a lot, so I've had a lot of different jobs with wildlife. And through being an intern here at Sandy Creek Nature Center, I would like to become a wildlife technician and work for the Department of Natural Resources one day.
Hi, I'm Michelle Cash, one of the naturalists here at Sandy Creek Nature Center. And I first started out when I graduated high school going to college to become a teacher, and I was an education major. And before I dedicated my life to becoming a full-time classroom teacher, I wanted to make sure that that's exactly what I wanted to do. So I took a lot of time off and did a couple of different jobs, anywhere from working in a library to working here at Sandy Creek Nature Center in various positions, and I also worked at Olachi Nature Center in Gainesville as a naturalist and camp counselor and camp director. But it was when I started working as a naturalist that I discovered that I didn't want to be in a classroom as a full-time teacher inside of a classroom. I enjoy teaching outside and enjoy nature and enjoy taking kids on hikes and letting them explore outdoors. So I went back to school to get an environmental degree, and it sounds a little fancy, but there's not really anything fancy to it. It's called an environmental spatial analysis degree, and I have a bachelor's degree in that, with a focus and a certificate in GIS and environmental science. And I took a lot of environmental studies classes as well. So I have a lot of environmental science background, but one of my biggest joys is maps. And I enjoy making maps and talking about maps because with my major, we learn how to take any concept and actually put it on a map. And that way people can understand that concept easier. And it's a visual that people can understand better as well. So after I got my degree, there was a position open here at the Nature Center as a full-time naturalist, and that's when I came back here to apply for this job, and that's how I got the job as a full-time naturalist here at Sandy Creek Nature Center. Alright, so I really enjoy my job because I get to be a full-time kid all the time and get to learn something every day. I love science, I love playing, I love making people laugh, and I especially love turtles, along with, I have a huge love for maps as well. But as like I said, I get to be a full-time kid all the time, and I get to play in stuff like this, which is a tunnel for our new playscape that I'm really excited about. So I enjoy my job tremendously and I get to play every day, and I also get to learn every day and get to experience science and nature all the time. So this is a perfect job for me.
Hi, I'm Kate Mobre, a naturalist here at Sandy Creek Nature Center. And one of the questions I get asked a lot is, how did you get to your position? How did you become a naturalist? And I will say this is not something that I even knew existed as a position. I didn't know it was something to pursue growing up. I actually wanted to become a veterinarian. That was my goal from high school on through early college years. And I took a lot of science classes to kind of get me into the right position to be able to go to vet school. But a little later, when I had to declare an actual major, I decided that I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to be a veterinarian. And so I found a school that I thought was a little different, but maybe could still work. I found Warnell, the school at UGA, that is the forestry school, or the forestry and natural resources. And there, as a wildlife major, I was able to learn about animals, I was learning about plants, learning about the environment as a whole and how the habitats fit together, the ecosystems fit together. And it was something that just really was a passion for mine. It wasn't until I began volunteering at Bear Hollow while I was in college that I realized that I love those things, but I love being able to share it with people just as much. And so that's kind of where I began my environmental education career, is being able to take people on tours of the zoo and doing programs. And it was just something I really enjoyed. I still didn't realize that was something you could do as a career. But after I graduated, I just kind of fell into one position after another. I worked at Rock Eagle 4-H Center as an environmental educator for a year. I worked at the Greenville Zoo as an educator in the education department, so I got to share people all sorts of animals that live all around the world. And then I came here to the Nature Center, and I've been here for almost 17 years. So obviously you can tell I enjoy my job to be here for so long. And one of the things I really enjoy about being a naturalist here at Sandy Creek is there's so many things to learn about. I've learned about geology and weather and astronomy since I've been here, learning about managed forest and getting a chance to do things like prairie burns. There's so many things that we've had the opportunity to learn about and to do, and we get to share that with you. You get to share it with the public and get to see your excitement about the different projects that we take on here at the Nature Center, and get to see your eyes light up when we share something that you find exciting as well. So that's one of our goals here at the Nature Center, is to always get you guys involved, and I hope during this Women in Science event that you will find some things that maybe you're excited about and want to pursue in the future, whether it's becoming a volunteer or learning more about it just by studying on your own or coming out and taking classes here at the Nature Center, or who knows, maybe it can even become a future career.
Hi, my name is Brittany. I'm an intern here at Sandy Creek Nature Center. I moved to Athens to start studying wildlife at the University of Georgia. I love taking courses that were out in the field with lots of hands-on experience, so my favorite classes were things like herpetology, which is the study of amphibians and reptiles, mammalogy, and marine mammals, basically anything that gave me an excuse to be outside and learn as much as I could. I started volunteering here at the Nature Center so I could get more hands-on animal care experience, and then I later started interning here and teaching people about the animals in my care. I've really loved learning as much as I can about taking care of the animals here at the Nature Center and reaching out with the public and teaching everybody about the animals I love. My next step is hopefully to be a zookeeper so I can learn even more about taking care of diverse species and teach even more people about all of the wonderful animals of the world, about nature, and really expand my skills as an environmental educator.
Hi, my name is Carla Collins, and I am the Recreation Assistant here at Sandy Creek Nature Center. I've been here a couple of years, since 2018. However, my training is in budgets and in finance, not necessarily science or nature. But since being here, I have come to appreciate a whole lot of things regarding nature and animals. Some of the things that I've learned include facts about snakes. For instance, snakes are not slimy. Their texture is very smooth and it's almost cooling to the touch sometimes. I've even held a snake, which is I did for the first time when I came here. Another thing I've done is I've taken a bird watching class, and in that class I learned about different species of birds and their distinguishing marks and the sounds that they make. And lastly, one of the things that I've learned is about the constellations and the stars through our planetarium. I was able to attend some of the planetarium shows and just really enjoyed learning about the stars in the sky. So that's it. Thank you.